This is Browns Film Wednesday, where we break down the 10 most interesting clips from the Browns' most recent contest. Kevin Stefanski is so good at controlling the defense with play design. Watch on this play, they have three tight ends to one side, and they fake a stretch to the right and use a levels concept back to the left, putting stress on the linebackers to not only get back, but also communicate who has what part of the zone. Just look at number 36 on this play and how confused he is trying to get back to who he thinks is man and try to determine who that is. Similar concept here with the fake zone and booting the opposite direction. Except this time they have Jarvis cut back to the direction of the original motion. Stefanski does a great job of continuously moving the defense back and forth like this horizontally, preventing them from ever getting downhill. If you watch on this play, he has the free safety moving three different directions before eventually falling down. This is like the equivalent of crossing someone up in basketball, only then to give them another bigger crossover once they're already off balance. Stefanski essentially puts this guy on skates with his different play design. Malcolm Smith has been really good for the Browns and critical to their success this season, but he's still not a very good run defender. Kids, when you're playing linebacker, you should always follow the guards. On this play, when the guard pulls, he should be immediately looking to get downhill and plug the lane. Instead, he hangs around, doesn't get blocked, and as an inside linebacker isn't a factor on the play until at least 10 yards downfield. Really, this is unacceptable defense from a guy that you need to help stop the run. For all his flaws in pass coverage, and there are plenty, Carl Joseph can stop the run. He doesn't get a tackle on this play, but watch him scream into the action, fill the hole, and allow Ogunjobi to make the play as he keeps gap discipline. The wide receiver is supposed to put a block on Joseph during this play, but isn't able to get anywhere near him thanks to Joseph's instincts and aggression filling the hole in run coverage. This is growth from Baker. First read, he wants to throw it middle, but sees Hooper is covered by the middle linebacker. He then moves on to his second read, and it looks like he might have a window. But as he starts to load up, the flat defender starts to drop, and wisely, Baker Mayfield decides not to risk it and instead recoils back, doesn't make the throw, and checks it down to his running back. This type of growth is why you've seen his interception rate drop pretty dramatically this season. While he's improving as a decision maker, he still needs to improve in certain aspects. On this play, the defensive end blows up the rollout, and really there is nothing for Baker to do. However, he does get an intentional grounding for absolutely no reason. If you look in front of him and Njoku is standing right there, Baker just needs to launch the ball at his feet for an incompletion, and he'll save the Brown 10 yards on this play as it ends up being effectively a sack. Again, this is stuff that you just need to know, be aware, and rather than throwing it, getting an intentional grounding for no reason. This is picture perfect from a placement and anticipation standpoint. First, notice how Baker has made his decision and started his throwing motion before Jarvis is even out of his break on this play. Then look at where he puts his ball. I mean, that is in a fucking shoebox, and you really don't see many throws better than this. Throws like in the previous clip are what make plays like this so frustrating. Everyone remembers the missed TD, but check out this missed pass on the same possession as the most recent laser. This is a beautiful play design from Kevin Stefanski to get Jarvis open and create a real easy throw for Mayfield. Somehow, though, Mayfield just airmails it, and, Baker had a really good performance against Jacksonville, but he also had a few of these really bad misses. Let's end the Baker section with a good throw. This throw to Jarvis is really one of the best of his career. Not only does he need to place this ball on Juice's outside shoulder, which is difficult in itself, but he also needs to loft it to get it over 42, while also putting enough zip on to prevent the defender guarding Jarvis from making a play. That's a tough ask to kind of balance that between not only putting loft on it, but also putting a little bit of spin on it. But Baker does it perfectly, also places the ball perfectly on Juice's outside shoulder, and it's a wonderful, accurate throw for a touchdown. The fumble is obviously worrisome, but this play shows just exactly what makes Harrison Bryant so good and why he's going to be a special tight end for a while. Jacksonville's zone is rolling with the action here, but Bryant doesn't just sit on the zone on this play. He makes sure to run right up against one defender, creating as much room as possible between him and the trailing zone defender. Then he stops, sits, and finds the opening. Sitting in the zone is one thing, and most players know how to do that, but pressing up against that defender in front of him to create as much room as possible from him and the trailing defender is really advanced stuff from the rookie. Finally, we end with everyone's favorite punching bag, Andrew Sendejo. Sendejo has received a lot of fair criticism this season for his play. However, he had his best performance of the year against Jacksonville on Sunday. Watch him flip his hips on this play, get deep, and make a nice deflection on the ball away from the wide receiver in the end zone. It was great to see him finally play well in this contest and, again, have his best performance of the day. That's it for Browns Film Wednesday. Make sure to like the video, comment below, and subscribe if you can to make sure you get the Browns film breakdown every single Wednesday.